I've been recruited by multiple Division I schools: University of Kansas, University of Arkansas, Louisiana State University, that's LSU, East Carolina University, Iowa State, Louisville. Yo, so many different schools around the United States, and that's because I started my planning when I was in middle school. Yes, I'm talking about middle school.
Whatever that I say I am, I can achieve just what I want to. Do you believe? Do you believe? Yeah. Do you believe? Do you believe? Yeah, yeah.
Follow Diino as he chases his dreams around the world. We believe in you. It's time to believe in yourself.
Everyone's trying to be a Division I athlete, but not everyone wants to actually put in the work and take the time and dedication, of course, to get there. Now, listen, in order to become a Division I athlete, you're going to have to follow these steps that I'm about to plan out for you guys. Me personally, of course, I've been recruited by multiple Division I schools: University of Kansas, University of Arkansas, Louisiana State University, that's LSU, East Carolina University, Iowa State, Louisville. Yo, so many different schools around the United States, and that's because I started my planning when I was in middle school. Yes, I'm talking about middle school. See, I know it's probably going to be a lot of high school athletes that are watching this, but understand I started my planning in middle school. And that comes from me understanding what schools I wanted to go to, why I wanted to go there, the criteria it took for me to get there, which is not just being a good athlete. It's also about, of course, having the right grades. Now, the grades is probably the first thing that you need to understand about these schools, all right? I'm going to break down the exact layout plan that helped me get to these Division I schools, all right? So the first thing you need to look up, let's say, is 50 different schools. Yes, 50 different schools. Now, if you're like, yo, I don't even know 50 different school names, it's really not that hard. All you have to do is look up a state and look up what are the best schools for this sport in this state. And whether you're trying to go Division I, Division II, Division III, doesn't matter, right? What are the best schools for this sport in this state? Or you could even look up ChatGPT, right? So once you have the schools, what you're going to now look up is average GPA acceptance for out-of-state students, all right? You want to do the out-of-state students just because you're expecting to be out-of-state, all right? And plus you want to know what actual GPA it is, which is going to be a higher GPA than the in-state students, all right? So let's say the GPA is a 3.5. What you're going to do is you're going to write that down, 3.5, boom. Let's say it's University of Miami, 4.0, University of Florida. Let's say it says 4.2. I'm just making up GPAs at this point. But whatever GPA it says, you need to know so that now when you're in school, now when you're thinking about not studying, now when you're thinking about skipping class, now when you're thinking about not turning in the homework, you know, yo, I'm not going to University of Florida unless I get an A in this class. Yo, I'm not going to University of Georgia unless I get an A in this class. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the motivation. You have to pre-plan to know what is the criteria that I'm going to need my senior year in order to get to this school. You need to plan it out before. Don't just think I'm going to be the best. GPA is not going to matter. Yo, I'm telling you, it is going to matter because you easily want to get accepted. You don't want the coach to have to help you get accepted. You want it to where once they see your transcripts, they're like, oh yeah, this boy can go to this school. And we're not going to have to, you know what I'm saying, be on him or her once she or he is in school when it comes to academic wise, meaning like you're not going to have like 50,000 hours of tutoring in order for you to pass the freshman 101 English class, right? They want people who are taking their education serious and their athletics serious. So, like I said, 50 schools, you're going to look up their GPA, acceptance GPA. You could literally Google this. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy to look up, right? So, on Google, you're looking up the average GPA acceptance for out-of-state students. The next thing that you're going to do, all right? This is when you're in middle school, by the way. This is what I did all the way in 8th grade. You're going to put posters up, all right? You're going to put posters up of these schools with the GPA underneath that. Now, you can literally go on word.com and do the font like 72 font. Let's say you're doing University of Kansas, right? The title would be University of Kansas, and underneath that, you would literally just put a number. All right. Let's say it's 3.3 is the average out of state tuition, average out of state GPA that Kansas accepts, right? 3.3. You would have University of Kansas, then 3.3 underneath that, right? And now you would print that sheet out and you would put it around your wall in your room. Why are you doing that? Because you need to wake up every single day and see what goals you're trying to hit. All right. The only way you're going to actually over exceed your goals is if you see them every single day, not just the track goals, but also the academic goals. Right. So we have these academic goals. All right. You're doing this not just for University of Kansas, but any other team that you're thinking of going to, any other school. Right. 50. You can have 50 around your room. Right. This is for motivation purposes only. You have that. The next thing you need to do is start building your portfolio and understanding the actual scholarship distances, times, or performances you need to go to the school. So this means, let's say you're a track and field athlete, right? And you're doing a jumps, and University of Kansas will only give you a scholarship if you jump 49 or 50 feet. You need to know that as well, because you don't need to be hitting up the coach if you jump in 44 feet and expecting a scholarship. You need to know what these coaches are looking for in order to get a scholarship. All right. You need to know yourself. Don't expect your coach to know. Don't expect your parent to know. You need to know. You are the athlete. You're the one performing. It's all on you. All right.